So, funny story about this, and it might explain why these videos have been late, but I'm on the East Coast, and we are like 2 months behind everybody when it comes to getting the Wave 2, like, Ultra Nillious here. And here's the thing, is even though it's been selling pretty well at my local Targets, they haven't even put any new stuff on order. So the Wave 2 stuff hasn't been showing up there. Instead, it's been arriving at GameStop. I purchased this at my local GameStop. 3 of the 4 GameStops that I visited had Bakugan, so I was able to get 3 of the things that I'm missing. I'm now only missing 2 of the Bakugan from both the first and second waves, although one of them I'm hoping to swap to another attribute. They only had the booster packs, though, the Core and Ultra boosters, so no 3 packs, no 5 packs, no starter decks. Unfortunately, those are still a ways away from me, but this is the GameStop. They actually had like 4 of these, the Ultra Nillious. I really hope that I could have gotten some more stuff like the Nillious or the Chaos Serpentes, but this is going to do for now. Now, Nillious Ultra, being a Wave 2, currently does not have any card support in the card game the way regular Nillious does, but unlike regular Nillious, which just looks like a pair of boopable snake heads, it actually looks like a big scary dragon. Kind of reminds me of Schizo from Final Fantasy VII with nice big long necks, or a bit like King Ghidorah, although kind of a funny thing. Hydronoid's name in the original Japanese was Hidara. Gee, I wonder what name they were trying to invoke there. Anyway, this is Ultra Nillious, not regular Nillious. Ultra Nillious with nice, lots of additional purple, lots of nice, great definition, I can tell even before I get it open. It is a Bakugan Ultra, Transformation Difficulty 3, and of course we get a nice picture of the Bakugan on the packaging as it's an Ultra, and this Nillious is a double shield. That's kind of interesting. Means it would play well with that Aurelus Fangzor that I keep showing off. So let's take a look at the back. On the back we have a picture of this guy here, although he has a lot of springs like sticking out of his body on the image there. I hope that's not true of the actual thing. Hopefully this is just kind of how the prototype looks, but there it is. Difficulty rating 3, comes with the cards, the Bakugan Ultra, the Baku Cores, the ability card, and the character card, and down here we have Bakugan, which, except for Aquos Syndius over here, which is the only way we can get Syndius Ultra right now, are all Bakugan that I have gone over in one form or another. Chaos Krikelios, Ventus Serpentes, and Pyrus Garganoid, although I've gone over Serpentes in Chaos form and Garganoid in Chaos form as well, so a lot of Chaos on the back of here when it comes to my review. So anyway, let's get this guy open. And here we have a closer look at Nillious Ultra, and as you can see from how close I have it here, you can see that this plastic is actually kind of pitted and rough. That is referred to as unpolished plastic, and that the mold that was used to make it was not polished before it was put in there. And this is a clearly deliberate aesthetic choice. As you can see, it's designed to make it look more like it's sort of cloaked in shadow and darkness, and it works really nicely here. You can see it does have the 2 necks similarly to standard Nillious, although you can't see the heads because they are actually tucked inside. There's also a lot more purple on this new version, particularly on the turbines on the wings, which have a lot more detail to them than the ones on standard Nillious. You can kind of see the rings around and the turbines inside, which are rendered in much sharper detail, although the actual outside of this thing is very simply defined, although that's because its final transformed state is actually highly complex, and the magnet is actually in the tail, so similar to Garganoid, it's going to have a very long tail that whips out there. Another thing I do have to note is that the tire on this thing, like I keep talking about how Ultra Bakugan have a tire, that is unmistakably a tire, so you can tell pretty directly that this Ultra Nillious has that tire going on, aside from the groove formed from the neck here. But yes, this is what makes Ultra Bakugan so useful and so easy to roll compared to their counterparts is, again, this tire. So speaking of rolling, let's see how he looks. Well, I gotta say, it's hard to get this guy here completely in focus. This guy is a pretty substantial guy here, and unlike a lot of the other Bakugan Ultra, who you essentially roll backwards, this guy rolls forwards and snaps at his opponent by when he jumps into the air. The heads I notice are at slightly different heights, which seems to be a deliberate design feature designed to give it a bit of a livelier look, kind of reminiscent of the bobbing heads of King Ghidorah. That's a pretty cool idea here. This guy is big. These Ultras just keep on outdoing themselves. Like, regular Nillious is just no comparison here. In fact, let's take a look at how it compares to Trox Ultra. I mean, wow, look at that. Trox Ultra is certainly taller than Nillious, but as far as sheer volume is concerned, Nillious Ultra is just truly enormous. Just look at this guy. We have the two heads here, which are a lot more detailed and Dragonite-like, which is very nice. He does kind of have these hands that are like, whoa, hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Just hold on a second there. He does have a pretty large bulky tail, which I think is actually also supposed to be split into two pieces, or it might be just one. I'll have to double check on that. But like I said, this is where the magnet is contained, so he jumps onto his feet pretty easily when you roll him forward. He doesn't have to do any particularly fancy flips or anything as he does so. But yeah, this guy he's very large. He does have some posability in his arms by the look of it. He can lower his hands a bit to be a little bit less, whoa, hold on there, bro. But otherwise, yeah, this is a fun guy. Let me see what else I can do with him. Yeah, he can like hold them down like that, kind of shift them forward into a bit of a more snide pose. But this guy is lovely. I'm a bit surprised we didn't start with some of these types of Bakugan Ultra in the first wave, with this Nillious here and this Trox Ultra. These are both gorgeous. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what sort of competition we get from the Ultra Dragonoid, which also looks really nice. Like I said, these Ultras have just been top-notch. I really hope that they don't go with the plan that I've heard they've proposed in making the Ultras easier to transform. I hope they keep them nice and complex, because that's the trade-off you get. Sure, it's a more complex design, but you're just getting so much more of this lovely detail going on. It looks a lot more like how the miniature form of the creature does in the show. It looks more like the monster, and that is just such a huge benefit to these Bakugan Ultra. I just love it. Nillious Ultra looks great. I can't wait to get some of the other core members on the show here, things like Pegatrix Ultra and Dragonoid Ultra. Unfortunately, a Hydorous Ultra kind of falls by the wayside in the face of some of these truly magnificent sculpts we have here, but that just means that they didn't lead off with the strongest stuff, but we're getting a lot of the really good stuff in Wave 2, and hopefully we'll get some more really good stuff in Wave 3. Boop. Boopity boopity boop. But anyway, thank you very much for looking. Although, now that I look at it, those springs that they had coming out of the character in the actual card art seem to not be present in the actual toy. So it looks like whatever that design thing was that caused those pins to stick out in the artwork did not actually happen with the actual toy. So that's a good sign. So, and finally, it's transformations. First, we have to hold up, bro, the hands again, but then it's a bit odd how you do this guy. The necks actually kind of reticulate in like that, like their feet, kind of like that. Those then fold down. You hold that into place while you you tuck in the feet and bring those up. You actually kind of lock in place these odd feet do, and then you bring in the wings, and then you finish it up. The tail actually kind of zigzags here. It folds in like that, then folds it like that, and there you have Ultra Nillious all folded up once again. So yeah, this was definitely a treat. I mean, it does kind of push Hydorous Ultra by the wayside, but a lot of the other ones like Trox Ultra and the Pegatrix Ultra and Dragonoid Ultra that you see in the Toy Fair coverage going around, a lot of which came from me, be sure to give me credit. But it's really nice to see how these things have been improving. It's really nice to see just, I mean, it means that Bakugan didn't put their best foot forward with the first wave, but the fact that they followed it up so quickly with Wave 2, boopity boop, tells me that hopefully we're going to be getting nothing but even more high quality stuff. And looking at the stuff I saw at Toy Fair, there is some really good stuff that's planning to come out. Like, I'm actually seeing some core Bakugan that look better than the Ultra one. Like, the core Gorathon actually looks better than what has been proposed as being Gorathon Ultra. Like, the regular Gorathon is like these big old bulldozer arms, which look like they're just going to be awesome. And honestly, I can't wait. So, anyway, that is Darkest Nillious Ultra. And until next time, this is Kohdok signing off.
Bakugan Brawl, it's a big brawl. Bakugan Brawl is for it all. Bakugan Brawl.
are, we're the awesome ones. Powers in our hand, take a stand, saving everyone.
Bakugan Pro